I must not give in to these fantasies of weakness. Doubtless this is some charm laid on me by an evil shaman, evil sorcerer. Only the chase has meaning.
Yeah. Keep running. Yo. Look, I'm in the outback with spooky. Wildcats still pursue me like owls do to the rest, and the clouds do when I'm moody. Proud dads to Suzuki's. You backed out and amused me. I'm good hair from I tear your whole crown flat. From I'm in the outback with no neighbors. Giant snakes and the gators. You feel fear in your veins ever since the moment you came in. Keep raising the stakes and big meat is the fragrance I reign here. From a day to doubt that. From I'm in the outback with my chest out. I'm the best out. Who's next? Put you through the test. Do to chew your neck out. When you eat through to and bed bound. From I eat mountains for breakfast. Keep rounds to these hecklers embedded into my flesh like a nice tap. From I'm in the outback with the is that kill women and kids. Keep their heads in the fridge and use their temple as lids. I can tell you a bitch like I can tell when there's pigs. I smell it on you, I'll make you remind that. From I'm in the outback in the jungle where things live just to hunt you. Only language is hunger, you get hung if you're humble. Huddle up in a bunch, if you're on your ones then there's hustle. Nip that shit in the bud if you're smart fam. Cause I'm in the outback where it's ruthless. You might survive if you're shooters. Everyone is a Judas. Your friends will dump you here sooner than you think. Now you're clueless. You should have warned you to move first. Now you're stuck here surviving. You're dying fam. Cause I'm in the outback with the same niggas. Fake niggas always chopping change. Ain't wishing for a spot, a block to claim. Hate me or take me and lost in chains. That's the only way man are gonna stop me. Not me. I can tell a lot. See by the way you fucking rappers got peas in the office. I can tell you're not free. Rock me, drop me, you're off me. I'ma come back from the underground with a bag around just to shop G's. I would gun a clown up in top speed. See you running around like your top speed off. Drop T off a mic gap from the other side of the mine where the fucking louds at from the outback nigga.
I have killed all.
Best foot forward, soldier, fight the fight. Wake up early in the morning, stretch and wipe your eyes. Plenty work to do and bills to pay, surprise, surprise. So carpe diem, do whatever if the price is right. Flow come pure like water in the stream. Most nights talking with my daughter in my dream. True Skywalker with the force, my saber's green. True say I slip, but that's a minor, say la vie. Swish, wash, buckle, I'm a pirate on the ship. This one, nothing but the sly laconic-ish. Roll with the no space, my accomplices. Solo in the forest, that's where my solace is. Digitized everything, got me feeling fake. Switching up, never been a problem, piece of cake. They ain't really deep like the jazz that Lisa plays. When evening comes, I'm bleeding gums, see me by the lake. But I've been by the river, used to beg to differ. Crack a bit of chip off of your biff and Billy Kipper. I've been off the liquor, way back when I was a glugger, not a sipper. Demons dealt with, I'm beaming looking chipper.
Yeah, I grew around the shit, but what it did to me, it made me love my flaws like Kintsugi. And I've been around the block, you've seen this movie. It's like they boxed on my image, but they didn't zoom me. So I'm moving on, changing with this uniform. They said I'd never make it when I'm locked inside this cubicle, the usual. Bottom of the barrel that they choose you from, just to place you 6 feet deep at your funeral. Yeah, holding up the world's on his shoulder pads, told me to stay positive, even if it's going bad. But all you see are negatives, living in your overdraft. Well, forget about the stress, bro, go relax, write your own story. Be your own script writer, create your own good news, cause it's inside you. Inspire all your circle to go live like you, cause heat spreads heat around the lit fire. I peek to the world through a kaleidoscope. Nothing changed, I guess it might be broke. Everything was cracked.
Yo, people, what is up? Hope everyone's good. Sorry for stalling a little bit then, just waiting on everyone to be ready. I've got a horrible voice today, so I do apologize for that as well. It is Wednesday though. Welcome to the Smokehouse. Get your feet up, guys. Get comfortable. We're going to get straight into this. We're going to have the champ on. He's backstage waiting. I'm going to bring him on straight away. Like I said, the champ, Bizzo Bond. How are you doing, man?
How are we? You all right?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Can hear you loud and clear, which is awesome as well.
But
Just see who's in the comments. We've got the wiretap. What's up, man? Hope you're doing good. Seen the interview with Quill. It was a very, very good interview. Very good interview. I liked how you held it. Bandwagon as always. What's up? What's up, guys? Hope you're doing good. Hope you are doing good. What's Comfort saying? Are you stalling because you're going to get all the smoke ticket? Makes sense. Everyone follow his example. Hey, I'm gonna see what I can make work, man. It's hard to get to all these events. I'm going to the plug though. I'm pretty sure I brought the last couple of tickets because I was an idiot and was procrastinating too much. Ryan, hope you're doing good, man. Let me know if you're going to be at the plug. Let me know, and if you are, then definitely come and say hello. But yeah, Bizzo, man, how are you feeling after the UNAM performance?
good, man. Feel relieved, very free of stress. Yeah,
I guess without realizing this battle became like more important than the title match originally, really.
yeah, definitely. It was a very high pressure situation for me to be into. I feel like that was the most under pressure I've ever been in a battle, which is quite a lot to say considering the battles I've had over the last 12 months. Well, 18 months. It was very difficult to prep for. It was I was very conscious of how good Yunnan would be, and I wasn't disappointed on the day. He was phenomenal. And yeah, I felt like I had a lot to lose in that battle. I was ready to make all sorts of crazy things happen if I was to lose that battle. So,
what would have been your like next battle? Do you think from going from like losing to Yunnan, say then, what would you have had to have done? Do you think? Because obviously it wasn't for the title, so nothing would have changed there. But like obviously to stop the people from talking about it, do you know what I mean?
well, to be fair, I told a couple of people that I was going to vacate the title if I lost.
Okay.
No staff members, just like people that are close to me. But I did it as well because I wanted that extra bit of pressure to make sure that I didn't fold in the circumstances. But I knew, and listen, I'm a battle fan more than I am a battler, and I know what the narratives would have been if I was to lose. I know what would have happened if I did lose, and I know what would have come after it, and I'd obviously planned accordingly for it.
Travis is just clarifying that.
I did.
Also, short circuit day after the plug. If you're still in London and can make that, then definitely go and check that out. New names. Can't wait to see what Jodo does. Definitely see what he can bring because he done the Smoky 16 for us a few weeks ago. But yeah, just seeing as well, Troy in the chat. What's up, man? It's good to see you. Good to see you popping up. Saying the battle was crazy in the room. It came off like that on camera as well. It did. Crumpet's got a question for you as well. Would you say it's better than you versus Tony? You versus Yunnan?
The battle as a whole? I feel like my material for Yunnan was better than my material for Tony's in my personal opinion. I felt like I was a lot more well-rounded against Yunnan in terms of the way that I attacked him. Tony, I kind of went into the battle knowing it was an exhibition and knowing I didn't have anything to lose as such, and there wasn't any real pressure on me to actually to convincingly beat Tony. And as much as I have massive respect for Yunnan, that was kind of like the Tony battle was like kind of a bucket list battle for me, whereas this Yunnan battle ended up turning into like a real pressure situation, a real high pressure situation, and must win kind of.
It was a career defining battle in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's how I was seeing it the whole time. I thought it. I was genuinely beating myself up in the prep. I was like, this is like this. You will undo everything if you lose this battle. You cannot slack on the prep. You cannot miss on any line whatsoever. You're going to have to hit every single line, every single 4-bar, every single 2-bar that you fire. He's going to have to get a reaction in the room because he's going to do that. Yunnan's very good at using the same multi-syllabic rhyme scheme to make multiple punches. which you'll see.
Tie it into the next team as well, and just keep that going.
Yeah, so he's a very impressive battler. I've got a lot of respect for him. I told him on the day how great he was. It's a shame that the rounds were timed. If we could have gone a little longer each, or me as well, then it would have been even crazier, I think. But the stipulations of the match day at the end of the day, that's nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nothing out.
Exactly that. I can see we've got my other guest that was bringing on today. It is the Night of Champions again. Bizzo, you're joining us again for it. And we have the Beast Angler interim champ.
The reigning, defending, highly disputed interim Beast Anglia champion until any other Beast Anglia match happens to dispute that.
I can't see any argument. I cannot see any argument. And before we go forward, I apologize, Dojo. It's not Jojo. Sorry. That's my bad. Ghast, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm very good. Yeah, I've returned to the regular human world of working and doing my 9 to 5 rather than rhyming at people. So that's been miserable. But other than that, the weekend was great. The weekend was very good. It was.
I bet that is a really weird transition every time, actually, because you go from like walking down the street, like talking to yourselves all the time. I could imagine to like obviously reciting your bars, not actually talking to yourselves. But yeah, and then suddenly you're just back to normal.
I'm quite lucky, whereas I'm one of the very few people that actually works in a financial firm who know that I battle rap and don't care. Like I remember like early on in the academy run, like walking down to the printer with a bunch of documents I needed signed, and our chief financial officer being like, "Oh, there's the promo king." Like, so that's quite nice. It's
suddenly the marketing team sending you emails and stuff.
Yeah, like our fallen heroes like Milky and Major Concerns who weren't so lucky, but I'm doing this for them.
It's true. No, that is true. Dan, what's up, man? I don't think he's meant to say Bizzo's Bond then, but we'll say Bizzo Bond's story is a proper rags to riches underdog story. I'm going through my own from calls to in the middle of a master's course. Jeez. That's man. I bet you love reading stuff like that, right?
Yeah, man. That's proper.
Like all the cheese and everything aside, like that's awesome. Like that is proper.
Nice. It's nice to see that, man. Thanks for sharing, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. That is awesome. So I really only have 3 questions when I recap an event that I've not been in. Obviously, you guys are going to tell me all about the event, everything that you remember and everything. The only 3 questions that I've really got is, apart from yourselves, performance of the night, battle of the night, and then just a moment that stuck out for you during the event. So we'll start with performance of the night. Who do you think stood out and took that gas? We'll start with you now.
I think Mackenzie winning performance of the night is completely valid. Like, he came out swinging. I think he had a lot to prove. I know that Kingsley went into it with a lot of buzz off the being the Academy winner. Mackenzie, I mean, other than the battle against Raptor in his hometown, which obviously the crowd are going to be gassed for him, other than that, his last Prem battle is like the Rivers battle, and I think he was worried that was going to be on a lot of people's minds.
Manny as well.
So he came out swinging to prove that, home crowd's got nothing to do with it. I am a killer. Like, yeah. And you could tell, like, the best thing about Mackenzie that I really appreciate is he doesn't compromise either his material or opinions. Like, you get the genuine Mackenzie when you see 3 Ransom, and I think it was a lesson to Kingsley, to be sure. Like, I can tell he took a lot from that.
If I remember rightly, I think I gave the first round maybe to Kingsley.
Oh yeah, like I think Kingsley
came out swinging.
Yeah, I think I gave it to Mackenzie as like a gentleman's 30, because the first one was very close. But
no, fair enough. And performance of the night from you then, does it?
Yeah, I agree, man. And this is going to sound crazy because of how long he's been around, but I think this season's going to be very career-defining for Mackenzie. I think this could be like the year he actually breaks through, because he's with a very good team in terms of like Gemini. Got some really good people around him, and he seemed to have like a very complete performance against Kingsley. It had everything. It had jokes. It had great like flow patterns. I could actually. Even though the rounds were timed, I could understand him a lot better than his rounds against Briggsy in the Anarchy tournament. So, yeah, I feel like he's he's in the right place at the moment, and I think he'll build on that definitely, and I think he'll end up being quite a feared opponent. I reckon when it was first put to Pride, who do you want? I think they would have said like Mackenzie could have potentially been like an easy W, but he's come out and proved everyone wrong. So I definitely agree with his performance of the night for sure. He really impressed me. I told him after the battle, I thought he had some crazy material,
man. Okay, cool. Awesome. And kind of just saying, obviously, people in the chat, do let us know what you think, what your performance of the night was, if you were there. Obviously, if you've seen the Patreon and everything as well. I think Mackenzie does stand out for me. But in terms of like performance, taking it completely, Ghast, I'd have to throw you out as well. Shout you out, not throw you out. Shout you out as well because of
you're done.
Because like Ghast time weren't awful. Like, I'm not saying that by any means. Like, there were patches, I would say, but obviously he's still developing, you know, and all this sort of stuff. I could not do any better than what he did, so I'm not going to be too negative about him. But yeah, you were very, very good. Like, there was a very clear, like, jump up from what you've been doing as well. I think you're coming into your own, which was awesome. What's your opinions on Crumpet's take there?
It
did fall flat. It did fall flat a bit, but what's
FGM? Sorry, or am I just being
female genitalia mutilation?
All right, I
can't remember what the bar was.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't actually remember that bar, but like he had a lot of bars about
it.
It
didn't like stand out for me personally as something like real bad. But yeah, he definitely did lose a bit of momentum. I did notice that.
I thought I had the first round. I had the first round 1-0 Kingsley, and then I had Mackenzie taking the second and third. That was how I scored it on the day, but I haven't watched it back. But yeah, following on from what you were saying about Ghast, the thing that impressed me most about Ghast battle is that he went through the whole promo saying how he was going to beat him convincingly, and then to actually end up doing it. A lot of the times, that, especially with battlers that are just starting out or only have a few battles under the belt, they can really trip themselves up by going overboard on the promo and saying how they're going to win. And Scomo versus Kingsley is a big example of that. When Scomo battled Kingsley, he was very, very confident on the day. Kingsley came out and took everyone by surprise. So. To win as convincing as you did is a very good, very promising thing to see.
No, I appreciate that, Cham. Thank you. I mean, obviously, like the narrative going into it did lean heavily in my favor, where everyone was saying, "Oh, Ghast time shouldn't have been picked. He's the worst person in the league," and like most of it was like promo and talking smoke. But it was one of those ones where like it does automatically play against me if I drop a round to him, and he was good. He came solid. I think he rewrote a lot of stuff late because he was saying that he writes most of his bars on his phone. He lost his phone like 2 weeks before the event. So he kind of had to do a bit of a panic rewrite for some of it. But I'm going to be perfectly honest. I wasn't 100% happy after the battle. And I've never had that before. Even like the random like car park battle in BA, I've always felt at least relieved after it. And I don't know why. Because usually I can come out of a battle and I can think, okay, I'm not happy with my performance. I was a bit static there. I was a bit robotic there. That line didn't quite go well. Whereas this time I was like, I still can't pinpoint what exactly I'm not happy with. I've watched it back and the things that I was feeling in the pit, I'm not seeing on camera. I've never had this disconnect before. It's really
do you know what stood out for me? Like, obviously I don't remember like actual bars very well and things like that, but like moments stand out for me in your intros to the rounds stood out for me. Like it was like, okay, yeah, it's Ghast's turn. Like it was very clear that you was at this level. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm explaining that very well.
It's because you've got an aura where people expect you to put a good performance in as well. Like you've got to take that into account now. Like you're no longer in a room full of people that you're trying to impress. You're in a room full of people that are actually wanting to watch you. That's probably one of the reasons why you're watching it back and feeling that way, because you're not like an up and comer or an underdog anymore. You're actually an established head in the scene. I know you've only had a few battles, but it's just it's probably the fact that you just put in additional pressure on yourself because you want to obviously keep improving and keep getting better. So I'm never happy with any of my performances. I sit and watch mine religiously until I'm absolutely bored stiff of it, and then I'll just watch, and then I'll write down what I feel like I need to do better next time, and then I'll work on that for the next battle. So yeah, but there's nothing wrong with feeling like that after a battle, especially after a win, because at the end of the day you've won and you feel like you could have done better or something was missing, which means that the clear thing that indicates is that something that you can get better next time, which is there's nothing to be worried about by having that mindset.
I did rush a lot. I really didn't want to be the guinea pig for the red lights.
That is sick though. Red lights. They look so great. Love that.
But I was terrified of them. I didn't want to be put off. So I'm going through my rounds like a machine gun and like everything's clocking in at just under 90. But no, I think I did eventually clock what it was that was bothering me, and it's that I keep reaching above my head and I keep feeling nothing but air. That skill ceiling everyone's saying I should be hitting by now, it's still that little bit higher. Venom! Oh, this season, not a chance. 6 points for 6 rounds of meticulous slaughter. That's all I'm saying. We've got Wolfpack with a nice, comfortable 3 points that they've got from someone having the sniffles. We've got Riot Club in 3rd place because they're still waiting for someone to remember they exist. But other than that, it's smooth sailing for Venom. Anyway, that's my promo for the day done. All good.
Mate, you need to just keep those sunglasses on at all times. I was going to make a comment about it, but then I thought, I think you're going to whip them out at some point. Like, you've got a plan. You have. And just so everyone's aware, I am Venom's flag waver if you need
so big, dude. This covers my king size.
Well, me and Tom are both at the plug. We will hold it. It will be like slanted because he's so much taller than me, but we will hold that shit. We will. Okay, so that was performance of the night. We're all in agreement. Mackenzie, definitely. And again, not your own battles, but I guess this would be more interesting on Bizzo, what battle you think will be battle of the night. Personally, I think it's you versus you now. Personally,
I don't think that's in discussion, quite frankly.
No, I don't think it could be. But yeah, Bizzo, who have you got apart from your battle? What battle stood out for you?
I enjoyed Kingsley and Mackenzie. To be fair, I thought Frost and Black Tea was a good battle. I enjoyed Ghast's Performance. I'd have to say the battle of the night would have been Kingsley and Mackenzie if I couldn't name my own. I'm very happy that mine lived up to the hype. That's the main thing.
Yeah, definitely.
After being so many, well, nearly almost 2 years in the making. So
yeah, which is mad. That is mad. Was there material? Like, obviously, you would have kept some of the material from when it was booked before, but was there any material that did stay from, like, first draft, like, complete first draft to the end product 2 years later? No. I'd have got smoked if I used the material that I wrote first time around for him. Okay.
I'd have got smoked.
Is there enough for maybe a diss track or something you can put out?
I'm not dissing him after I've just battled him. I like him now.
I need Smoky 16s whenever I can get them, man. So I've got to fish for them when I can.
Listen, with all due respect to you, Nan, I never want to have to think about that man ever again in my life. I just want leaving alone now by that.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I think it was the best outcome in terms of like both of your projections and what you're doing. Like, obviously he wasn't going for the title, so beating you would only put a downer on the title, wouldn't it? Like you were saying. And yeah, so I think it kind of ended the best way that it could in terms of that. And as a fan, I'm glad because obviously now you've just made this revelation that you was going to just hang the belt up if you lost. Like, I'm very glad you got the win. We're going to dive a bit more deeply into the battles. Obviously, we won't give out too much information on bars and things like that, but we will talk about them a little bit. If you do want to see the battles, they are on the Patreon /Premier Battles. Go and get that Gorilla Mob tier. The other 2 tiers are there, but if you're going to watch it all, right? So yeah, get on that. Obviously merch as well. If you want to go and get any scarves, is there hats now? There's banners. There's the jerseys and that as well. Go and check all that out. PremierBattles.club. I think that's about it. Tickets. You can't get tickets for the plug free, unfortunately, but there may be people that can't make it. If you can't make it, sell your ticket or give it on, like pass it on. We want to make sure that everybody's there. But to go and get those tickets, Premier Battles.
You will make a profit. Upsell.
Literally, you will. Like, if you can do it, do it. Definitely. So yeah, PremierBattles.club for all the tickets and everything. Obviously, we've got all the smoke. We've got the short circuit as well the day after plug. In the chat, let us know. Battle of the night, second battle of the night as well. But yeah, we'll get into moments of the day then. So was there anything that happened during the day? Anyone facing off or anything like that? Like they've got up and coming battles on the plug free or anything like that?
I mean, there's something that happened after the event that we're never going to mention again. But I'm
not fishing for that.
Yeah, no. I don't think so. Honestly, I think it was just really quite like neat and concise. Really, everything just kind of stuck to the battles. There was no like real announcements, nothing I really remember unless
the event finished early. That's how it ran. We were out there early. Yeah. That never happened.
I am concerned about the plug free with the amount of battles that are happening that day. It is going to have to be like 3 battles in segments and 3 battles each time or something. That's going to be a killer. But I'm there for it all.
Anyone who's going to the plug free, you will have to get there on time because Prem will have to start early for that event because Briggz and Jam, as soon as they hit a time, they will just chuck everyone out, and there's no negotiating it. You can't stay for longer. You're out. You're literally out. It's the reason why Rivers versus Tally didn't happen at the February event last year, because they overran the time and the management said, right, everyone out. It's non-negotiable. There's no battle rap time. So turn up at the same time as Ghast gets to the event.
Exactly that.
9:30.
Maybe not that. That's when I'm getting my coach. I think we're getting into Victoria at like 10:30, 11. So if anyone's around or whatever and want to come, anyone going on their own, anything like that, just reach out to people. It is a very friendly community. Any story you hear of anyone going on their own, they're always like, I don't believe it. I should have done this years ago.
and Brixton's been incredibly gentrified. It's lovely now. It's really nice.
Is that true? Because I genuinely hate London.
I don't know, man.
It is. Have you never been to Brixton Jam, Danny?
No, this is the first time. I didn't. Do you know what? This year it's been Fiddler's Out. Oh, sorry, Fiddler's Out was last year. But yeah, I'm finally going to these iconic venues.
Yeah, it's a fire venue. They have really good food on sometimes. The actual room for the battles is massive. It's sick. You'll love it if you've never been before.
No, that's awesome. Shrubs, just reiterating what you just said. You have to be out at 5, so 12:30. It has to be 12:30. Imagine not being able to watch Shotty versus Shuffle T. Like that would be ridiculous. Right?
I think it's going to have to be like back-to-back battle because there's not a single battle on that card that's not going to have like reactions for days. Like even Coop and Tongue Twister, I'm pretty sure they're capable of dropping room shakers if the vibes.
I feel like that's going to be a bit of a wild one, that, because I feel like Tongue Twister could take the kind of vibe of like Cooper does the self-deprecation very well in a way that everyone thinks is lovable, but Tongue Twister can do that as well and make it about him still. If you know what I mean. So that would be really, really interesting. That would be interesting.
I think the atmosphere in the room on that day will make a lot of battles, will enhance a lot of battles, footage and replay value. I think that it's got everything to be like an incredible event top to bottom. I just hope all the battles go ahead and there's no shows or anything like that.
They're getting Quill Visual as well for free after it's sold out. Spoiled a lot of them.
It's just mad. It is mad. Because I was like, I'm in an hour whether we could kind of afford to actually go to this event and stuff. But then I remember because of the plug 2 and our travel was so bad, we got a voucher, which I completely forgot about. So I was like, cool, it's a free event basically. We just got to get tickets, boom, done. So it was easy. But yeah, so what was the first battle that happened then?
Grazza Jim Bob, a little impromptu one-rounder, just kind of Grazza
really solid.
Sharp.
Really solid. I really like Jim Bob as well. Stroke, get him on some more undisclosed through the year, get him a few names. I think he could do something. Definitely do. I do think Grazza obviously, took that if it was to be judged. I don't really like to judge one-round battle.
Awful lot of anime bars, awful lot of bars about like 2D women and tentacle porn. Can't help but wonder who they were written for, Grazza. Maybe they were written for someone in the past around Apex time. Can't help but notice. But that's a conversation we'll have later, I'm sure.
Chubbs, if you're around, you need to come jump on here and let me know what this is all about, or at least send me a message. To be fair, that works out for me because our coach back is like 2.5 hours after the event finishes, so we got plenty of time. It's all good. Okay, so yeah, what was the next event that happened? What was the next battle that happened? Sorry,
that was me and Ghast Time. Yeah, first.
Okay.
Kicking off the league, that was fun.
Yeah, again though, I think Ghast Time really did do better than expectations. I do. I do still think there's a certain level for Division 2 that others hit more consistently than he does, basically. I don't think he necessarily had a bad showing.
He needs to find his actual style and structure. He's very slapdash. He's very slapdash. He's very he'll drop a very random joke and then he'll try and do something very bar heavy.
I noticed as well, every time he joked, it was an impression of lunacy. Like when he does his jokes, that's all I could kind of hear was that kind of.
The thing is, he's got a very similar accent and sounds very much like Luna, but that can't be helped because if you.
I think the setups that Luna's bars get referenced the most. I feel like they were kind of set up in the same sort of way, leading you to the punch.
It's the same for a lot of people though. Like if you watch, everyone used to draw similarities with Shotty and Raptor all the time because of the way that they do their fast pace with their accent and stack multisyllabic. So it's the same thing. There was a battler on Don't Flop years ago called Joe Snow who sounded exactly like Luna as well. And I think it's just part and parcel of the fact that they all come from the same area, and that's like their influence.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah, he's good, Ghast Time. He just needs to adopt a style that's not so broken up. I think now when Ghast said he writes all his bars in his phone and his stuff, it sounds to me like they're just like randoms, and then he just lists them off instead of actually making them into a round. Because he's everything that he talks about is very random. Like he'll say one thing and then his next 4 will be something completely unrelated. Where you've got to kind of structure it into something to formulate rounds rather than just listing off bars.
Yeah, to pull the curtain back a little bit. When I start writing a round, I always try to approach it so that each round is about a thing. So with Ghast Time, round 1 is about him being picked, round 2 is about the Jim Bob round of breaking down some of his questionable bars, and then round 3 is just about me getting bigger numbers. So you can point to my rounds about what they'll generally be about. You can't really do that with Ghast Times. I think if he focused on angle, because he can come up with some really funny 2 bars. Some of his little quips were actually shaking the room, but I think if he could focus on angling a little heavier, rather than just throwing multis out there, he'd actually be pretty decent.
Yeah, I think this is what I was trying to say, but I'm just not as good as Hunter. Nobody is. Nobody is. Chubbs, I did do predictions last week, I think it was, or the week before. So we can run through it in a bit. If you guys are up for that, we can run through it in a bit. But we won't be spending too long on that. But if anybody has any predictions for them, let us know what you've got. If you ain't got tickets, let us know how gutted you are so we can laugh at you. And we can see if anyone, wants to get rid of a ticket. Let us know how much you're willing to pay to come and watch it.
We'll start an auction here on stream.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm just going to say the wife ain't coming just so I can sell one of these tickets and make some money instead. So I will start bidding at 50 quid. But yeah, anyway, sorry. What was the next battle that come up then after that?
I think that was Kingsley Mackenzie. Like the other thing was because of the travel, a lot of the other battlers arrived really late. Like for the first battle didn't start until about 1:30, and the only two people there that actually could have battled were me and Ghast Time. Like Bizzo was here, but Yunnan wasn't. Like we didn't know that Slester Shorno wasn't on at that point. Like Grazza was there still waiting for Jim Bob. So like we were kind of just waiting for people for a while.
That's really annoying. That is really annoying. That's kind of how Absolute was. The start.
Yes, it wasn't the battle.
We had half the card. No, of course, travel is what it is, isn't it?
Need these strikes to end, man. As soon as these strikes end, I think everything just gets better for battle rap.
Everyone tag Smoggy Balboa on Twitter. He'll solve everything.
yeah, he'll get it all sorted in the name of battle rap. I did have a question pop into my head then, but I completely forgot it. So we'll move on. So what was we've kind of already spoken about Mackenzie and Kingsley, but I do just want to say Kingsley definitely shown that he can be in that division.
Yeah, for sure. I do think this is like a mild criticism of Kingsley, and fair play to him. He has a W over me. He's Division 1. He's earned his flowers. I personally
newcomer of the year as well.
Like I don't know. Like for me, one of my battle rap icks is calling someone out in a battle you're losing. I don't think it's a good look, personally.
Yeah, I hear that. I can see that. Yeah, I guess that's the risk of writing it into like your material, isn't it? Like if you had it like just hanging on the end of a round, you can just decide whether you should be shouting that out or not. Who was it that he called out? I don't even remember that. Actually.
Frost. So I don't get me wrong, that's a banger of a battle. I'm up for it. I'm absolutely down for Kingsley Frost. It's just one of those ones. It's like, you're pointing to him with an arm that's just hanging on by the sinew.
I'm pretty sure that was meant to have happened, right? Instead of Grazza versus Kingsley. I'm pretty sure Kingsley mentioned it.
No, it was meant to be Jim Bob Grazza.
No, he means at the Thesaurus.
Right. Yeah.
Kingsley wanted to battle Frost that day, I think, but I don't think Frost was.
Okay, it wasn't. Okay.
It makes sense. It makes sense to do it as a match day. It would be a great battle.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you absolutely have points for that.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of Frost, then I'm guessing the next battle was Frost versus Black Tea. This one I think could be highly debated. The first time I watched it, I actually gave, because I think the first two, if I remember rightly, I gave Frost the first and Black Tea the second. It might have been the other way around. I'm rubbish at remembering rounds. But the third, I remember it was kind of up in the air in the third. And there was a few lines that T said that I thought were a little bit generic. But that was the only criticism I could really give between the two for the third. It was a really, really strong battle. But then watched it again, and I don't know whether I was listening more or whatever, but I caught a few more bits that T was saying. So I kind of was then like, okay, yeah, I agree. So I'll probably watch it again and think differently. It's a great battle. Great battle.
I think I gave it a Frost 2-1 by a very close margin, but not so. Like I was dwelling on it for a long time. I don't think I judged it in the immediate moment. But I think over time I kind of gave it to Frost 2-1. Like the thing with Frost is he cut his third. He skipped over only like 4 bars, but even if he'd had those extra 4, I still think the third would have been a bit short. But it was a very polished Frost. It was a good performance from both of them.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of them ones where, like, again, none of them lose. It's just a shame that they don't both get points. Somebody's got to get the points at the end of the day.
The thing is that everyone's coming to try and win points. That's the thing. You're not seeing anyone really like mess up and throw these away. I think everyone knows the magnitude of it.
Exactly that. And yeah, this is kind of what it was for me as well, I think. But sitting down and watching it compared to kind of listening to it, I guess I T's performance maybe came off a bit better. But yeah, the flip with Frost about his breath and everything was brilliant. That bit was just brilliant. So that was worth the Patreon alone. If you haven't got it, get on there, Patreon.com/Premier Battles. Also, if you haven't liked the stream yet or shared the stream, please do that. Let's get all eyes on it and get it done. Yeah, I don't argue now at all with T taking that. I wouldn't have argued either with Frost taking it. It is, unfortunately, like I said, somebody has to lose the points. Then we go on to the main event.
Oh, very quickly, I'm hoping it may not be in the battle, but I hope there's footage of the post-battle celebration. It was wonderful.
So I was going to ask about this, right? Because them two, they are the Lost Boys, right? The Never Lost Boys, sorry. And like always, even when Frost battled Moke, like I see Black T behind Moke, he was reacting to Frost. When Moke battled Ark, you can see T, he literally has to fold his arms. And you can see him trying not to react to Ark. And it's the most like, because obviously we all know how T is, like, and I love it. Like, I'm not listening whatsoever. But the fact that he stood there for Moke and was just like, nah, you're not getting anything, like, at all. No energy, nothing. He was just watching him. I bet when he got home and watched that back, he was jumping around his living room, like, just enjoying it.
But no, just Shotty just jumping in the pit and just getting everyone singing Shark Life, running rings, doing the shark celebration with Black T, playing Baby Shark over the PA. It was an unusual 2 minutes, but it was fantastic.
There needs to be footage of all of this. There needs to be. And these
it'd be great Patreon content. I hope it's on film.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. I hope that, like, well, I don't know whether they will be doing it. There are obviously match day battles on the plug. Will the red light and stuff be happening? Trucks, I guess you'll be able to answer.
Yeah, it'll have to be.
Let us know. I think it would be, right. I'm looking forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's all equipment that Prem bought. It's not, you know, it's not venue stuff. It's stuff that they bought along themselves. So imagine they'll be able to just set it up.
I think it is going to be a constant in the match days. It wasn't just a one-off, and obviously it's gone down really well. So I don't understand. I don't see why it would not be used at the plug 3.
Koji saying he's disagreeing. He thinks they both need to be better. He edged it to Frost. Black T was quite stumbly, but Frost needs to have full rounds to finish because he's giving those rounds away.
I spoke to T about that. T prepped a little late as he was on holiday for a long time. So, but he'll be even better next time. So,
yeah, it was definitely a close battle. But I think you could probably name performances from last year of both of them that were better. So it was close, but it was like 2 of them going at each other at like a 7 out of 10 level, almost.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. You know, they'll both be wanting to come back because I know obviously T's going to take the win, but he's going to be annoyed that people are debating it.
For sure. Oh yeah, T's
like
so
in the chat now, more people are saying Frost than T. You know, so T come prove, you know, why you got that spot. I think both of them shown though again that they're at that level to be in Division 1, which is what I was really hoping for. That's kind of the only thing that I was hoping for from that battle. I wasn't behind either of them. I just wanted to see what they bring, and they did bring it. I do agree they could have been better, but I don't think they were bad. You know. Okay, so then that brings us on to the main event, the highly anticipated and long-awaited Yunnan versus Bizzo Bond. What was the pressure like, Bizzo? I know we kind of touched on it a little bit, but what was the pressure like of like looking back at the old material, looking at what's happened since, all of this sort of stuff? Like, did you just go clean slate? Did you just get rid of everything that you had before and just start again once it was booked?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. The thing is with battles that are delayed by long periods of time, like Koji will tell you probably with his Raptor material. And it's obviously it's happened to plenty of us over time, but the situational things expire. So when you might have a round relating to something that happened like 6 months ago, but to use it now would be counterproductive because it wouldn't hit as hard. as it being as fresh as when you first do it. Like I wouldn't really go at him for no showing me because it happened so long ago. I couldn't really like build a whole round on him no showing, cancelling on me twice. Because it was ages ago. So like I think a lot of like battle rap is very like short-term memory. Things don't last in the head for a while. But in terms of pressure, that was the most pressure I've ever been under, ever put myself under for a battle ever. I'd literally, as I said at the start.
Did you enjoy the pressure? Is it something that you want to feel again? Did you think it enhanced your performance, or do you think you would have come with that anyway, like that level?
I think that battle made me a better battle rapper by quite a long way. Just in the sense that, do you know, this is how I view it, right? It's like I've scraped a 1-0 win away at Stoke City on a Wednesday night. That's how I literally like feel with this battle. Like I've just dug in and I've done what I needed to do to win. That's how I feel like that the battle's gone as a whole. I know it's been highly debated, but within the actual concept of the actual battle itself, I feel like I won the first round and the third round. I thought Yunan's second round was exceptional, but it was like 2.5 minutes over the time limit. So I could, like, even if it's effectively an additional round. So because we agreed behind closed doors to extend the rounds a little bit as it was a main event, as we both had a lot to say. So that was one stipulation that we included in, but it was only to go to 2 minutes 30. It wasn't to go anywhere near the depths of his second round. But but I'm not shying away from how good he was. I thought he was phenomenal. I don't blame people thinking that he won the battle. But at that level, that's always going to happen, especially on judge battles. It's always going to happen. It's always going to be the case where you're going to get people that disagree with the decision.
Very true. And you want it. You want it. Like, people have spoken about not just like, oh yeah, Bizzo and Yunnan killed this battle. Like, people are having debates and quoting and throwing their arguments forward. It's all healthy. It's all good.
Yeah, that's what generates the views on it. Like, you don't want to watch a battle where it's a 3-0 whitewash and the other person was prepped. Or I wanted Yunnan to come as good as he did that day, and he delivered. And like, hats off to him. I genuinely thought he was phenomenal. I thought it was some of the best material he's come out with. I thought he was miles better than his Crash battle, miles better than his Whispered battle. I really like I said, it's nostalgic to stand in front of, because you're a fan. I'm a fan first and foremost, as probably most people, that battle a person of Yunan's caliber will say to you. So I thought it was great, man. I'm so relieved that it's done and dusted, because it was a really stressful battle to prep for, and we were both so relieved that it'd been done, because I feel like we can both go off now on our journeys, and we don't have to see each other again. There's no more, oh, what'll happen if these two battled, or Bizzo, would Bizzo ever have beaten Yunnan? Would Yunnan have his belt back? Should Yunnan be a title contender? Like, we can just go and do our own journeys now. It doesn't matter. Like, we're like free men. It's weird. That's how we were discussing it afterwards, though. We were just like, he felt the pressure.
It's a weight, isn't it? It's a weight off his shoulders.
I was stood listening, waiting for the result, and I was just like, I was just waiting, and then as soon as it got given my way, I just felt like 50 kilos had been taken off my shoulders. It was mad. It's just one of them.
How long did you have to wait for the judge's decision? Because I bet that's agonizing.
Yeah, it was quite a lot. It was quite a long time.
About 15-20 minutes, yeah.
That would do my head in. I'd have to go out for a fag. I'd have to just chill, just sort myself out. I'd have to just go for a walk and then come back, find out, and dip.
Biz, did you choose to go second, or did Yunnan win the coin flip?
No, I chose to go second.
That's crazy. Like, I can't imagine choosing to stand in front of that and wait. That's wild. What was that like?
It would either make you shit your pants or up it a level, wouldn't it? Like that, being stood in front of a Yunnan would either make you shit your pants or up it.
I don't see it that way, though. If my opponent goes first, I can gauge how prepped and how he's ready, and that's what I wanted to do. And I also feel like if the roles were reversed, it probably would have swayed in his favour a little bit. And I didn't want to give him too many opportunities to flip either, because he's got good freestyle ability, you know. I didn't know whether he was going to use it, which he didn't. But if I go second, then he's only got 2 chances to freestyle. So that was my tactic in my head to if I won the coin toss, I was very actually focused. Like, I wanted to win the coin toss quite a lot, to be fair, just to give me a little bit of an advantage. But again, it's the format. No one in this country is better at tournament battling than me. There isn't anyone that's better at it. Like, my record speaks for itself. I've won a final. I've got to a semi-final of an academy, and I've just beat Yunnan on match day 1. There's no one better at me in this format, because I play by the rules and I use the rules to my advantage as well. So
let's go, champ.
You got like 4 syllables of red light, maybe.
Yeah, literally, like my first round, it's only because I had to reload a line, because one of my lines went off the bronze figure line. I had to say that again. It took me over my time limit, and it was the same in the third round as well. I had to reload a 4-bar as well.
Was it in your third? I'm even more unanimous than you. Was that in your third? Yeah. I literally, I was watching that when I got into work this morning, and I must have missed it. I don't know how, but I actually reacted to that in my office, waiting to start work, out loud on my own with headphones in. It was caught me by surprise there, and I was like, that is fucking sick. Yeah, that really stood out for me. That Crumpet, I'm Danny, man, not Tom. Tom's the bigger one. But yeah, we did cover it last week. We done a little thing where we chose who we think is going to be picked, basically, because we didn't know the matchups and stuff. But yeah, go check that out. We done that last week. Okay, so yeah, I think that there definitely is an argument that Yunnan maybe took a second, but the penalty obviously comes into it as well. I don't kind of know how the judging works for that at the moment, but I am going to be badgering people to find out at the plug 3.
I think you've just, as a judge, you've got to take it into consideration. if they're over the time limit by a little bit, give them a little bit of leeway. Shut up, Koji. You just can't leave me alone. You're like a turd that won't flush.
In someone else's house.
I'm trying to talk my shit for the first time ever. A bit of Bizzo on dick swinging, and there he is. Appearing.
Yeah, he just can't handle it. He can't handle it. He can't.
Listen,
selfish.
Koji versus Gemini. That's got Battle of the Year written all over it. And like he said, he was player of the season in season 1, and he's facing Gemini, Brixton Jam. It's looking good for Koji if he can nail his 3 rounds down.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hope he has that bit at the PV Awards where Graz is just slowly walking over to him, telling him off about prepping and that. I hope that goes through your mind a few times a day, Koji, until the battle, because come on, man. Come on. I need to see you do it, definitely. Bring back that 2018 Koji, that season 1 Koji. Bring that back. Not the first match day though. Don't do that, all right? We don't need any of that. But from match day 2 onwards, we got you. That's it. All right, cool. So that's the end of the event that happened. There wasn't anything kind of massive that happened around it and stuff like that. So we're going to kind of move on a little bit. We will just take a little look at the tables. So Division 2 at the moment, we've got Venom up top with 6 points. So they're giving 3 points per battle you win, right?
So they seem to be, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So you've got obviously Venom top, Wolfpack in 2nd place. Riot Club that hasn't battled yet is obviously in neutral. Imperium in 4th place, and unfortunately at the bottom with 2 losses.
Who's your next fixture, Ghast?
So I'm pretty much locked for the year, more or less. I
mean, team-wise, obviously, don't give any spoilers away.
Oh yeah, of course not. Team-wise, we've got What's next? Lazy Raptor, plug 3. So yeah, that's.
No, I mean, what's the next team that you face though?
Oh, yeah, Inferno is our next 3 run.
Right.
Ooh, that's gonna be good. There's some good matchups in that.
Yeah, we've only
Really
got
good
2
matchups.
because Strove's already beaten Danny, but no, we think we know what our other 2 are going to be. We've got one that's pretty much already locked, which is mine, and then there's another one that we're looking to get, hopefully written in ink reasonably soon.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Koj, stop it.
I hate him, mate.
That's it.
Picked him
That's
up.
it. No more attention. Just fucking pack it in. All right. I can't
Just told
take
him
it.
how good he was. Told him how good he was, and his response was freestyle in the third.
Oh yeah, we've also got
so-
Savant versus Free Will because we need more points off Imperium as well. So
There we go. There we go. It's going to be well interesting coming into like the second half of the season, because where some of the battles are quite sporadic, aren't they? It's not like a clear, Inferno versus Imperium on this card, and this card. So it'll be really interesting because things are going to change quite dramatically towards the end, I think, and it'll be good. It'll be good to see. Obviously, Venom's going to top the table though and get promoted.
oh, easily, absolutely.
I have shown my allegiance. I'm not doing it for Division 1. I'm not showing allegiance to any team. I've got my, personal favourites that I think are going to do better, but I'm not showing any allegiances. But for
Have you got a
Division 2,
jersey?
it's going to. Not yet. No, I'm waiting until match day. Plug, I'll buy one then.
What are you going to get?
A Venom one. At the moment.
Yes.
I will eventually, though. I will have one of every single team. Eventually, I will.
I think
That's
he's
what
trying to
happens.
fish for, like, if you had to pick a Div 1 team, though, who'd you go with?
Fish.
To
Fish
be
is the
fair,
right term to use.
To be fair, it was actually Glory that I said straight away was probably the most reliable and consistent team. So I would probably go Glory, personally.
That sounds horrendous. The most reliable and consistent team. You're not buying a
Yeah, like in
Toyota.
terms of being active and stuff, and like at a high level, I think they've got it.
Sounds
Give
like
me
you're buying
one of their battlers.
Sounds like you're buying a
performance
Prius,
from last
mate.
year.
Sounds like you're buying a Toyota Prius.
If it gets you from
Oh,
A to B. No,
Get-
but give me one bad
get
performance
from A
from
to
any
B.
of their battlers last year.
I think Sharks whitewash Glory this year. Whitewash.
We'll see. We'll see.
It's our
I'm
next
more than
one.
happy to be proven wrong. I'm more than happy. And like I said, I haven't shown any allegiance. But it probably would be that one only because I made that decision like off of literally when the draft was being done. But at the same time, I've kind of thought about what team I'd support. But let's have a little look. So there we go.
Shark life!
There we go. We got Sharks up top. 2 wins already, 6 points. Knights coming in at second with 1 win, 3 points. Glory hasn't battled yet, but they will be ready on their match day because they are reliable and consistent. 4th, we've got Pride, who unfortunately have taken a loss. And then we've got Mandrill Mob, who have taken 2 losses so far. So, yeah, that is how we're looking after match day 1. After the plug, we will take another look at them. It is interesting. I love the league. I absolutely love that they brought the teams back. Like I've said it so many times that it needed to happen, and it's awesome. The promo of things and everything, the way that they've rolled it out has been really, really good. But yeah, anything that you guys want to say about the table, where people are, anything like that?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the progression of Shark City. They've got Black T, ex Team Koj. They've got Reverse, ex Venom. So you're welcome, I suppose. That's all I can say.
Toyota Prius,
Okay.
FC. Listen,
Stop that.
it's gonna heat up this season. It's gonna heat up. It's gonna go.
It really is.
It's
It
not.
really
It's
is.
not done and dusted by any stretch of the imagination, and I think it'll get even more exciting. As long as the
Literally
battle,
just started.
yeah, as long as the battlers keep their, keep their heads on, stay consistent, don't let any slacking. I think looking at it, it looks as though that obviously it's not a case of winning a match day and getting the points. It's a case of every battle counts. So it's like for visual. I originally thought that visual could just coast against Quill because the match day was done and dusted, but it doesn't look like that's the case now. So he has to make sure he puts in the performance of his life to beat Quill on such a massive card. But that's the effort that I expect of all Shark City, and I'm sure all the other members of other teams want the same. Because it's not just a team one as well. It's like for Ghast in Division 2, it's massive for him because he could be either promoted to Division 1 or be poached by a Division 1 team next year with great performances. So it's all up for grabs. I said this on previous streams. A Division 2 battler just has to win 2, 3, 4 battles this year, and they're they're up in the upper echelon of UK battle rap next season. So,
and of course you've got the All-Star game, which there will be representatives from both divisions. So that's another massive reason. A good international at the end of the year is going to be awesome. So yeah, there was an interesting question.
That is a prize. That is a prize that you want as well. If you let me just, I don't know how much details they've released at Briggsy and whatnot, but from what I've been told, that prize is nuts. So
okay,
I think they have. I may be misremembering.
I've not heard it. I'm just going to put that out there. I didn't watch the full stream when they announced the jerseys and stuff. So if it was in that, then maybe. But
I think it
just
was.
as a warning to you guys, I don't remember hearing it. So I don't want you two to end up spoiling.
Yeah, but I'm also not so convinced that they have. That I also don't want to say in case they.
I tell you what, people in the chat.
I'm not saying.
People in the chat, you guys let us know, all right, and then we'll know whether we can talk about that.
Oh yeah, if the chat knows, we're in the clear. But
there we go, exactly that. This is an interesting question though, because I feel like I know the answer to it. But Bizzo, will you put the belt up on a match day at all?
Yeah, if it makes sense.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
The only reason it didn't make sense with you, Nan, is we had an agreement with regards to the whole belt situation, which didn't go through, and it wasn't down to me why the title didn't go up, and it was a Premier Battles decision. It wasn't my decision. I've said it previous times. It's like that is what the prize is. Yeah.
Big up, Cammy. It must be out there now. I just haven't seen that. I'd have been a lot more gassed for that. That is fucking awesome. But it is a bit annoying if they go. I personally, because I'm not going to be in America, would prefer them to fly them out here so I could potentially see them. But I understand the move, and it is a big power move, which is awesome.
I've been to America, Danny.
No, and I would love to. I would.
I have
personally. What was that for?
Oh
yeah, your missus, right? Your missus in America. That's why.
Yeah, I did something while I was there as well. It was just a little thing.
What, sightseeing and stuff?
Oh yeah,
what stuff did you get up to?
Went to Staten Island for a day. That was quite nice.
I thought, what, you went and watch a show or something? Or
yeah, I kind of just kind of part of a show. It's all right.
Oh, cool, man, cool. If you don't want to tell me, don't tell me.
No, I met a guy called Lex. Yeah, put on a little show. Good fun. Bizzo's done it as well. I kept the door open for him.
No, I just went to Vegas and took Briggsy in my suitcase. A weekend in Prestatyn at a caravan park.
There we go. I don't know if we'll go and do some real quick fire predictions. So I'm just
You've got listen.
Go.
Ghast, you've got 10 seconds to give a winner of every battle, right?
All right.
You ready?
I'll do the 10.
Time starts now.
All right. Tongue Twister, Dean, Matter, Lazy, Bobby, Koj Shotty. Boom.
Ooh.
That's mad. They are my exact same predictions.
Yeah, I think I've got that the same as well. I've noticed that
To be
quite
fair,
a lot.
I think Kupar versus Tongue Twister can go either way. I really like Kupar. I've got a lot of time for him, and I think his style's very refreshing for the scene. But he needs the right approach to beat Tongue Twister. But aside from that, I agree with all of the other ones. Yeah.
Tongue
I think-
Twister's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. He's a
He's
very
very
versatile, well-rounded battler, and I think that's what's going to take it on the day.
It's a fair
Do we know if
point.
that's being judged? Do we know if it's being judged?
Probably not. I can probably bother Cooper if he wants it judged, but
I think that would be quite cool for, especially where they are undrafted, for like the next time that this sort of thing comes up, they've got like a solid thing there. But obviously getting judges for this event is a bit mad for them, I'm guessing, because of the amount of battles. Do the same with all the smoke. All right, let's do. Have I got all the smoke up here? I think I have somewhere.
I'll do this one.
I actually haven't. I'm just gonna have to read the battles out quick.
Oh, you've always got to set me up.
Sorry, mate. Sorry. There's a few that I guess there was a few people that are kind of unknown on all the smoke as well, though, right?
I really want to set up a Venoms
just two battles. So you've got. I'm just going to say the names of the tryouts, and you've just got to say which one's the better name because we don't know them. So you've got Buffy B versus Vice Versa.
Vice Versa is quite nice.
I'm going to go over with Vice Versa. I think like he's put a bit more effort into his name.
Decent, fair enough. Then you've got Contro versus Saf.
Sav's battled before, hasn't he?
Saf's had a couple.
He was in your academy, wasn't he? Gas?
No, he was in the academy year before the highly successful Academy 21.
Of course. Yeah, of course. That was it.
All right, I'll go with him. Experience.
Okay. All right, so these are the battles happen on the day then, so you just tell me who you think wins. So Will Powers versus Rough Diamond.
I've never heard of Rough Diamond,
Neither
but
have
I've watched Will Powers. I think he's got a lot of potential. I've spoken to him as well in private about it as well. So
awesome.
Yeah, I was there for Will's last battle in Scotland, and I gave him a lot of pick-me-ups and pointers, so hopefully he'll be really good for his third battle, so I think Will take that.
Okay. Jim Bognali versus Anubis.
Anubis was pretty good in the Academy qualifier for short prep.
I don't think he's had anything since, though.
No, I don't think so. I think Jim Bob's getting better every battle. So yeah, I think again a little bit more experience might shine through there. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Anubis win.
Okay. I think they've misplaced this one because I feel like this should have been just above Raptor versus Koj, but you've got Young Crumpet versus Cobra Commander.
There's only one winner of that. It's Young Crumpet. Is he coming in? Ask him if he's going in his Men in Black suit again.
I don't
He's
care.
in the chat. Are you going in your Men in Black suit again? Let's go. I do care who wins, and it has to be Crumpet. Even if he chokes and shits the bed or whatever, like it has to be Crumpet. Has to be.
This is genuinely a dream match of mine. I'm so excited.
I love it. Yeah, of course. And big up you guys in the chat as well. What's up? But it's Young Crumpet. You know what I mean? It is Young Crumpet. Commander can be a G, but come on now.
Young Crumps.
We got the GOAT right there. Caveman versus Sam Hypes. Very interesting one.
That's a very good battle.
It's not a match day battle though.
No, it's just a one. I think it's also a one rounder.
Okay.
I think.
Okay,
I've heard Caveman stuff. He sent it over today. Obviously, I'm not going to give anything away, but I'm very excited for my boy Venom. Yeah, like it's going to be.
That was a terrible attempt at a chant, Ghast.
Oh, I need to come up with something. Like the best thing I've been able to come up with is just trying to get all the crowd to hiss, but that'll probably be really unpleasant in the room.
Nah, if you guys don't come in, like
round one on Ghast Buff.
Nah, you've got to do like
in
dodgeball, innit? All of you in a row.
And then
If you don't do that, I'm asking for a refund and walking out. All right.
Just go around like Santino style, like
Blazer. Right, what was the next one?
Free Will versus Savant.
Oh, that's a good battle as well.
Savant 3-0.
Very good battle. What's that, Viz? Are you doing
It's Savant Venom.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a very good battle, that.
It's a cracker about, like, Will's just come off beating me, like, in very good form.
Andy rap battle, yeah.
Like, so, yeah, man, it's like, I think Savant's got a lot to prove after the reverse one not going quite as he intended, but Will's very good. Like, as a fan, I'm excited for it. As a member of Venom, it's going to be a slaughter. But no, genuinely, like, you know, I've know both these guys through, again, Team Koj, but I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sitting on the fence with that because I like them both.
I feel like if Will can get an angle, a kind of refreshing angle against Savant, because Savant is, again, somebody that there is a lot that you can't say to Savant anymore without losing the crowd a little bit, because it's been done. And I think Will need to try and find that new little, you know, chink in the armor kind of thing. But we shall see. We shall see. I think it would have been very interesting to see Free Will versus Bard. I think that would have been a very interesting battle, because I feel like Will would have really got in Bard's face. And yeah, I think that would have been cool to see. Last battle then is Raptor versus Koj.
I just want to see it, man. Like, if it really is Raptor's retirement battle, like he seems to be suggesting, like, I almost, you know, want him to go out with the W, but Koj's that big of a prick to, like, say thanks for retiring and body him.
I said it on the stream
just out of spite.
When we went through this, right? And personally, I want Raptor to win because I want him to get the buzz of winning a battle so that he doesn't retire. But I do think Koj is going to take it.
Koj's planning out a big year, man. And if he pulls it off, then you know
he's also somebody who said this is potentially his last year as well. I hope you're not still feeling like that, KJ.
He said this every year. Says this every year. You're not going anywhere, Koj. He's only 27.
He's peaked.
Yeah,
he's peaked.
Yeah, I only started getting good at 28, 29. You've got ages.
All right. Is there any other events coming up that we can do this quickly with? I don't think there is.
I mean, we could make like wild, inaccurate stabs at short circuit.
I don't think we should, to be honest. I don't think that's the sort of card that it's for. But Giz versus Villain, we can do that, definitely. Giz versus Villain, that is a very, very nice matchup. I like it. Be interested to see how Giz comes to that, actually. What are we thinking?
The form Villain's on, like, he was really good against Black T, like, and he's really eager to be outside. Like, I hear he was a bit stumbly on trenches recently, but like he seems really determined to have a good active year.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good year for him as well. Like, I think it's going to be. Obviously, he's in Division 2, so we'll see him on Prem often. Giz didn't get drafted, did he? Giz is undrafted, unfortunately. Okay, so hopefully Giz can have a good showing and you know, show why he should have been drafted and pushing Prem to maybe get that Division 3 in if they can next year. I think that'd be cool. Yes, he did. He did. Do you know what? One day I just want to have one representative from each team, from each division, and just put them on a stream for 40 minutes each and just leave. Like, I'll just come off the stream and then that'll be it. Just let you guys all talking.
Trubs are like you, don't let us fall out.
Hey, it's all love. It's all love, right? It's all love. Suspense versus Benny P. Sorry, that is an interesting one. I think it is interesting. It's good to see Suspense back, definitely. Get back on that Premier Battles Europe though, definitely. Sounds like a well good venture. So we are going to bring this to a close. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about, or anything at all? Anything from people in the chat, if there's anything that's happened or whatever. And then if not, we're going to play a quick little game and then we're out of here. That's what we say.
I haven't got anything to say. I just obviously thanks for everyone who turned up to match day one. everyone who's buying the Patreon, everyone who's subscribed to Premier Battles. I'll see you all at the Plug 3. Let's get some pictures. I can actually watch a battle event without having to be worried about anything coming up.
I bet that's such a relief to just be able to go and enjoy a battle rap event, enjoy the hobby that you do.
Have you not even got anything penciled in, Biz? Like, isn't this like the first time in like 18 months?
Yeah, I've prepped for a battle every 8 weeks for 2 years, 2.5 years.
Jeez. You deserve the break, man. You deserve the break.
I'll want to book something in the next week or two. I can feel it coming already.
What? I don't really have anything. What? CD the Conditioner? I don't understand. Is that somebody that's on Short Circuit? That might be someone with wild names. What was the year of the Academy where it was just all fucking crazy ass names?
I don't know what qualifies for a crazy ass name in battle rap, to be honest.
I think there's it might be a fine line, but there is a line.
Was it 2018 when it had LSD, Major Concern, Frost?
No, I'm thinking it might have been the year after that, because there was like a guy that literally just had numbers as a name and things like that. And
right, you mean
I'm gonna have to. I'll try and find.
You mean crazy names as in like weird names, not crazy.
Yeah, not like big battlers now. But yeah, because that is a wild name, isn't it? CD the Conditioner. I want to know what CD stands for. There we go. 2019 Academy. I thought it was.
That was one I was in. CD the Conditioner. AB the shampoo.
Oh man. All right, so we are going to bring this to a close then. We're going to play the Battle Rap Association game like we always do. I'm just going to find a card that I've been looking at so that I can name a battler off of there. Okay, so it'll go me, Bizzo, Ghast, me, Bizzo, Ghast. Whoever is left is signing off the stream, so have fun with that. We will be listening to Gemini's Cheese and Bread as I see you out, and as was coming in, you was listening to Black Tea Outback. Definitely go and check out both of their songs on their YouTube, Spotify, wherever you can go and get it. But yeah, we will start then. I'm going to say, we'll say Savant. Savant. Who is Savant battle business?
Reverse.
Carlton Shanks.
Didn't Carlton Shanks battle Pedro? Did he battle Pedro?
Crumpet. Chat, please. Yep, Caveman says yes.
Yeah, I'm sure it was outside or something as well. So Pedro, is it?
Dots.
I don't know who Dots is. I'm new to this.
You should know. Well, Ghast, it's a pleasure as always. Good luck with everything coming up and all that, man. Hope you have a good year. Awesome. Welcome back whenever you want to. Peace. Right, down to me and you, champ. Because Caveman said that it did happen, I'm going to start with Caveman.
Cooper.
You fucked yourself, Haley G. Bam! Champ, it's always a pleasure. See you soon. That's it, guys. I won this week. I love it when I can win like that. But that has been the Wild Tap, guys. Like I said, we're going to see you out with the cheese and bread from Gem. I'm just going to get it all ready as I speak. Make sure that you're getting on that Patreon, all that good stuff. Crumpet, bring it, man. Bring it next week. Actually, I'm not going to be on next week. Smokehouse won't be happening next week. But the week after, come jump on. We'll see who wins. It will be you, though, to be fair. But yeah, that's the Smokehouse this week, guys. Go get the Patreon. Go get your tickets, PremierBattles.club, all that good stuff. Go and get the merch. Everything. Good luck, everyone, at the plug. And if you see me at the plug, come say hi. But for now, peace.
Yeah.
Scary.
Cheese and bread.
Panda.
Lord.
so I be like cheese and bread. These days I've been feeling blessed. Lockdown ain't me feeling stressed. Could have been sat up in a cell for the whole year, but now man, a man's free instead. 2019 was a blood clot madness. Right now man, I'm trying to beef with feds. Right now stuck up in a 2-year license. Can't wait till I got 3 months left. Then I'll be like cheese and bread. Man, I want an air bear speech like 10. Man, I lost backs, need to reinvest. Got food in my yard to be decompressed. Man, a man's gal, man, I treat like chess, ski and press. Got a man's queen in check, breeze upsets. Man, I got a G's impressed. Can I better get a wheel up yet? Cheese and bread. Man, I got gal from east and west. Big back ting with a D-cup breast. Got a good job with the EDX. Tell the gal I was gonna meet at 10, but it's like 10 when I even dress. Turned up late, she real upset like sorry babe, man, I had a decent rest. Yes. Cheese and bread, baby girl, man, I wanna beef and stress. Baby girl, stop this, no nigga on this. Give me that ostrich, deepest neck. Don't give me no drama, give me no back chat, give me no side eye, keep it blessed. Give me that what, give me that good, baby gal, give me that cheese and bread. Like baby girl, give me that. So you talk the talk, but don't walk the walk. And see a man ain't into that. So come over here with your bad self. Bring up your back, then bring it back. Man, I wanna hear no wicked chat, gal. Forget the long wood like cricket bat. Wait, how come man I got a wheel up? And how is that gal with you if I'm still getting breed up? She a size 10 waist and a nice breast look like a seeker. Lucky man never got a feel up, but I got a leave, get a blood done. Read up. Man, I got a leave, get a blood came through. My dog wants one and a man wants two. It came last night and it's gone by noon. Are you gonna talk about a gal when I got your wifey at home all stripping on Zoom? Never been a bad boy, never been a goon, but man want for say he let the thing boom. Man tried to disrespect me, so I just beat his gal, I'm too petty. We all done wifey the Jezzy, but when it's your baby mum, it gets techie. Car man, I just send one inbox, then I come round to the drum, she ready. Now I'm in your bedroom, getting brained off. For your son to the next meeting is brekkie. Man tried to disrespect, I beat his gal, she a scared. Car man just send one text, simple things, I'm bound to get neck. Your bird one cat for the D-in doggy, so I went hamster, fam, I don't pet. How can you say I don't know your gal when I walk in the house, the Wi-Fi connects instantly. Things got big, man taught her a lesson, listen G. Me plus her is a math, subtract a fung and divide what's in between. Too much chemistry, that's why I rather had to switch up sheets. How the tension got so high, and the rest is history. She's done bread, started the year hella deep in debt. Man had to go back 3-4 sets. Man went abroad for a deep reset. Man book a fly quick pun, easy jet. I was in Paris, beef was fresh. Tell the way you can steam that veg and let me get a side of the cheese and bread. Man out here trying to breed up skits. Tell the rude boy better speak with chest. You could have a duck man down car, no say you go to the gym but you leave out legs. Right now if it ain't peas it's dead. Right now still about cheese and bread. Man I still on road, got police or vets cause they know man I getting that cheese and bread. I don't want stress, I don't want mess. Baby just give me that cheese and bread. Everything's there, man I ain't vex. Man I be getting that cheese and bread. But I tried flex, ran up for a Z, so I had to hit him with the cheese and bread. If you want but man for a set, tell a man pay me the cheese and bread. Cheese and bread. Cheese and bread. Cheese.